The alert says you are live. You are live. So that means I'm live. It is early morning. Hey, get used to this morning thing going live. But don't forget to log on to doggydiamondsnofilter.com. Log on to doggydiamondsnofilter.com. There you will be able to get the merch. Shop.doggydiamondstv.com is on there as well. All you got to do is hit the store. Got a 10% discount running right now on all merch. For the members, it will go up to a special coupon code that I will put in the members section where you get a special code, which will be, it's going to go up. It's going to be more than 10%. 10% for everybody, but for the members, it'll be more. Also, you can catch videos that you might not have saw. Also, you can hear the audio version of this podcast, which is there as well. Also, you can catch all of my social media pages on there as well too. Listen, for only $100, I'll promote your content on my Twitter, Facebook, Insta stories, YouTube community, and threads. And doggydiamondsnofilter.com. Hit me up on Instagram at doggydiamonds for your promo. Serious inquiries only. Must be cashed at ready. Yeah, I'll talk about that another time, but I ain't gonna talk about that now. Let's go. It's early. It's EARLY. It's early. We get this early show out. Hit this gym. Go to Best Buy. Yeah. View activity. What's the button that I'm looking for? Screen health. No. Yeah. Oh, I still got the plastic on here. All right. It's too early for all this music and intros and all that stuff. It's too early. It's too early. So what I'm gonna do this live. Hit y'all with this live real quick. Then I'm going to change into my gym attire. Hit the gym. My day is kind of complete. Hey, what's up, everybody? For checking in. So it's early. So as you might not know, or you did know, yesterday was Keefe D's first court appearance. Who would have thought in 2023 we would be saying somebody is getting arrested and locked up for the unaliving. Unalive means the Merc word, but it just what has to be said on the internet, because when you say the Merc word, Merc sometimes sound a little too cold, and then when you say you can't say the MURD, you know what I'm saying, you can't say that. So a lot of people are saying unalive. So if you hear me say unalive, or if you see it in the title, that's what that is. That's some new internet YouTube code thing that you have to say because you can't say the other words. So, Keefe D, 58 years old, going around to many interviews, all but saying, "Hey, lock me up. Lock me up. I had a lot to do with this. Lock me up." So he's decided to just go on an interview campaign. And the deal was, I had an opportunity to interview Keefe D, but he wanted to get paid. And respectfully, I don't pay people for interviews. Shout out to whoever do that. But I don't pay people for interviews. I would like to, if I ever got into a situation like that, I would like to be able to work out something with you from, if the interview grossed this, that, and the third, maybe I can give you a couple of dollars for it, but I'm not outright paying nobody for no interview. So it's a lot of people running around campaigning, trying to get paid for interviews, but guess who you could leave off that list? Because I done interviewed double, triple platinum, 4-time platinum artists, and they didn't ask for a dime. So you're not going to be some dude who think he making a come up doing interviews and giving everybody the same interview. We not doing that. You're not going to give him the interview that you gave me, but I got to pay you like he, no. So the thirst, the clout that this current climate has become very, very detrimental to a lot of people, because a lot of people think they could just get clout, they could just get fame, but what are you famous for? And you famous for being dumb. You are famous for being dumb. So I wanted to go through some stuff with y'all really quick to let y'all know exactly what's going on with this situation. So I'll share my screen. This is from the Sun. As you can see, he's in them state blues, wow, it's been a long time, man. Like, he was basically scot-free. He could have lived his life. Maybe the guilt, maybe the karma, maybe the ghost of Machiavelli was haunting him every night. I don't know. But something made him talk. And in talking, he bodied himself. So Tupac Shakur murder suspect Keefe D is seen for the first time since arrest, but lawyers failed to show for his court hearing. He ain't even got no lawyers. Anyway, the self-proclaimed Compton gangster Keefe D briefly appeared in Las Vegas courtroom on Wednesday after being arrested on Friday and charged with murder of the famed rapper Tupac on September 7th, 1996. Damn, look how long ago that was. Long, 1996? Wow. Keefe D, born Dwayne Davis, entered the packed courtroom wearing a navy blue prison uniform with chains on his legs and waist. Davis was due to be arraigned on murder charges. However, the hearing was delayed to October 19th after his attorney failed to show up. How your attorney? That means you got a court-appointed officer, because how your attorney don't come and you getting charged with murder? No, it can't be court-appointed thing, because they would have been there. Anyway, nothing will occur in the next couple of weeks until the next court appearance when his lawyers appear. Clark County District Attorney Steve Wolfson told reporters outside the courtroom, "We will continue to ask for no bail setting because we believe under Nevada law and evidence in his case that the proof is evident and that the presumption is great that he will be convicted of first-degree murder, and that allows us to ask for no bail setting." So, Wolfson confirmed to the U.S. Sun that he heard Davis' past comments regarding his supposed cancer diagnosis, that it would not affect the trial or legal proceedings. So you listen, bro, you literally could die in jail. Davis was held without bail. Wolfson called the investigation into Tupac's murder an important case. We wanted to make sure we had legally admissible evidence. We wanted to make sure that we felt comfortable that we had sufficient legal evidence, he told reporters. So I wanted to get into why Keefe D thought he was untouchable, because in here, this is what it says right here. So when it says foolish pride, sources in Las Vegas revealed to the U.S. Sun that Davis supposedly laughed at cops behind closed doors and mocked law enforcement for several years before the arrest. Originally from Compton, Los Angeles, Davis also reportedly boasted about trying to organize tours of the Las Vegas Strip as a limo driver, where he would describe the moments of the fatal shooting. Wow. Wow. Keefe openly mocked the prospect of justice for many years when he felt that the police were never going to take action against him 2 decades after the killing. He almost went into hyperdrive talking and boasting about his role in the death. Keefe don't. He be at parties and events and enjoying the limelight, being considered the man who knew the secrets of how Tupac passed. when people would ask if he had fears of the police taking action, Keefe would say the police ain't gonna do shit. So if somebody asks you, do you fear the police? And you say the police ain't gonna do shit, unless you was talking to a cop. Somebody told the cops that you said that. What an idiot. I want to show, hold on, show one more thing. Okay. Davis allegedly told associates that he had a long-standing deal known as a proffer deal, which would protect him from prosecution. So a proffer is I think when you like you kind of make a deal, like you kind of snitch, if I'm not mistaken. That's what a proffer is. I'm not gonna act like I'm some jailhouse attorney or I know anything about the law or anything of that. I've never been through that. Don't know nothing about that. But I think he took an agreement where he thought he was untouchable, basically. I think he took a agreement where he thought he was untouchable, and then they found some type of legal loophole to actually get him. Keefe's foolish attitude got him in trouble, and his lack of knowledge of the law may have cost him his freedom. See, I think that's what I'm saying. I think when he took his deal, he might have told them some stuff for immunity, but then thought he was untouchable. So, yeah. Las Vegas Metro Police had not taken that much of an interest in the Tupac case for many years because they thought they could not find compelling enough evidence to move forward. But Keefe's own boasts and comments led him to become a person of interest for Metro, and detectives discussed with the DNA whether those comments could help them seek prosecution. So basically, it was his interviews. It was his interviews. It was his own interviews. It was his own mouth that wrote a check that now his ass can't cash. So he did take a deal. He did get a situation to where he thought he had immunity. And him running his mouth, him saying his involvement, him saying this, that, and the third is what led to his demise. That's why he's where he's at today. Now, what was tripping me out about it is that he named a bunch of people. He named Zip, which we in New York know as Von Zip, who passed away from cancer, ironically. He passed away several years ago. He named him. He named Diddy. He said he didn't from the interviews, he didn't implicate Suge in anything, but he said on record, so I'm not saying nothing that he didn't say. He said he got the gun from Zip. Now, reason why people are saying Diddy might be involved because of Zip's affiliation with Diddy. And Bad Boy allegedly had Southside Crips protecting him. So it's just a very, very tangled web, very, very bad web. It's going to get sticky. And the funny thing about it, the parties involved, many of them are deceased. Tupac is deceased. He can't talk. Orlando Anderson, a.k.a. Baby Lane, is deceased. He can't talk. Zip is deceased. Can't talk. So now it's becoming kind of he say, she say, but nobody was saying shit but Keefe D. So if it's any implication, and if he could somehow, some way, or if he so choose to, because he already took a proffer deal. So when you already take a proffer deal, you already classified as somebody who told, right? You took a deal. He's gonna tell again. So anything that any involvement with anybody, he gonna tell on everybody right now. It's you a dub. So whoever is involved, whoever had anything to do with it, whoever conspired, they in trouble right now. So I can't say I don't know Diddy's involvement. As you seen my Gene Deal interview, there was a check paid, and I think people are getting it misconstrued on what does that mean. They're saying that it was a check given. So I could give you a check to mow my lawn. That's what the check might say. But I could say to you, this is to mow my lawn, but that's really for such and such. So, it's going to get real interesting. And let's do this also. Not saying murder is justified, not saying what they did to Tupac was justified, but we can't act like Tupac was just on stage or he was in the studio and somebody came and did that. He just, prior to the incident happening to him, they just whooped somebody's ass. So this happens. You know, this is the streets. This is the thing that we glorify. This is the thing that we want to be a part of. This is the thing that we want to be in. This is the thing that we want to the street, the wolves is out. We want to be a part of that. But again, this is the part that we don't talk about. Shout out to Frank, too. Frank Alexander. Frank Alexander I used to speak to right before he untimely passed. Me and him was going to do an interview. This is 2010. Frank Alexander, I used to call him, we used to speak on the phone, and he knew some stuff too. So, Keefe D could be capping, and his capping got him in trouble. He could have been trying to show how hard he was by telling stories. And now the stories that he told, he gotta untell the stories, which is too many interviews. It's all over. It's all over. You repeating the same story about how the shooting happened, who handed who the gun, blah 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 blah. It's even a grand jury that I'm gonna find. There's even grand jury stuff out there where he told what happened exactly to the grand jury. But again, Yeah. So the other factor in this is not Tupac, Suge Knight. Now, Suge Knight was there. He also was grazed with a bullet in his head. And I think Suge kind of felt a little vindicated in this situation because he was always blamed for being involved. But Suge says a lot of different things. And I wonder what he's up to because Suge once said, you find the killers of Tupac, you find the killers of Biggie. That didn't really make no sense to me. So Suge knows something, but he just went on record and said he's not testifying. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell is Suge up to? What is his involvement in all of this? And I had the article somewhere. What did you do with the article? I did something with the article. What did I do? Okay, here we go. So let's go through what Suge is saying. We're going to go to the New York Post for this. So we know this is the actual vehicle. I think that was sold too on auction. They got a couple of ones for this. But Suge is saying he's not testifying. And saying the cops have the wrong man. So I don't think Keefe D is being charged for being the trigger man. He might be being charged for accessory for murder. We don't know the formal charges yet. We know it's murder, but we know as the case goes on, they could change the charges at any given time. But they're saying he won't testify. But I'm not going to get on the stand and testify 1,000%. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't testify, none of that shit. At the end of the day, free Keefe D. Huh? Why is Suge saying free Keefe D? Nor do I want to see him get arrested. This is what he told this is what he told TMZ. So and whatever the circumstances, if he did have involvement or he didn't have involvement in anything, I wouldn't wish someone going to prison on my worst enemy. That's dumb nigga shit that dudes just be saying what they wouldn't wish on their enemy and all that shit. Yeah. That shit sound cool. So this is the thing that tripped me out. So you're saying, but I'll tell you this. I never had anything bad to say about Orlando. He wasn't the shooter. He insisted again, refusing to identify the killer. So if you're saying that he wasn't the shooter and free Keefe D, then you know who did it. So you're not testifying, but you're saying you know who did it, or are you trying to use what you know as a get out of jail free card, like Monopoly or something like that? Because you're saying Orlando didn't do the shooting, even though Keefe D said he did. Keefe D said he handed him the ratchet. You saying you're not going to testify, but so you're telling Tupac family, you telling the fans, you're telling everybody, you know who the shooter was. You telling everybody you know who the shooter was. So what's really good with you, Suge? I'm hearing another name, and Keefe D actually named somebody else before. I don't know if they're arrested or not, so I don't want to name them. I got nothing to do with that. But this is kind of bugged out. So I'm wondering if Suge is playing trying to play hardball to get out. I wonder if Suge is trying to play a certain role to get out. And you saying you won't testify, but why are you saying who's not the shooter? How do you know that they're not the shooter? Because let's not forget, you are the one also being shot at. And if Keefe D clout chased, this is clout chase going wrong. This is the worst. Listen, this is equivalent to the dudes I seen light they drink on fire and drink it and the fire ain't go out. This is that type of clout chasing. And it's going wrong. So, Suge know what's up. I wonder what he up to. This is going to play out very, very crazy. This is going to play out interesting. We like I said, I don't know the extent of Diddy's involvement, but everybody seemed to think that they're going to come get him. They might question him. They might have questioned him before. See, one thing about these situations, when it happened, you got to remember it's 1996. All suspects, everybody involved was already questioned. It was a cold case. They didn't have nothing to go off of until this dude started running his mouth. And because he started running his mouth, that's what gave them something to say. Yo, you know what? We could make him the fall guy. I think that's a theory too. So this is all, no pun intended, the theories. So if you look at it, now we in a situation where is he Is this something more sinister? Is Keefe D saying these things? Because did he say it to sell a book? Did he say it to earn income from doing interviews? And then now he's going to take the fall because he's sick? Yo, you just never know, man. You just never know. And I hate to get spooky and go down certain rabbit holes and all that, but when it's coming to, when you're dealing with the police, when you're dealing with who Tupac was, what he meant, what his family meant, his voice, who he was as a man, a person, him being cursed since birth because of affiliations, it's a lot. And it could just be one big web of people covering from this person, covering for this person, covering for this person, covering for that person. And then they just say, hey, man, you the fall guy. Don't worry, you'll be okay. So if you're a fan of Tupac, if you're a fan of all of his works and just him as a person, then it's a lot. And when I see people interview Mo Preem, Tupac's brother, the issue that I have with these interviewers, honestly, and this is not to big myself up, they do such a poor job on questioning. Like, what is these generic questions that people ask people? Like, this is what happens when you think you're when you might be a journalist by trade, but you might be a journalist by degree. It's a different type of journalism that's taking place where it's more direct than getting answers from people. Not this, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Or, it changed. And I'm a part of changing that, where we ask direct questions. Even if the question might not seem all that professional. It might not be threatening. It might not be leading. It might not be confrontational. But this is Tupac's brother. There are questions you could ask him when you got him sitting in his seat. And I be feeling like a lot of people just don't be doing the right thing when they get to question these people. They ask these generic questions, and again, it's nothing that we haven't heard. It's nothing that we don't know. So what's the point of even talking to a person? So you have to ask him, because we got two rules that's being played. We got roles that's being played where if Mo Preem gets questioned, he has to play the duality role of us being black men. One, we from the street, no telling. So we can't answer certain questions directly. We can't be open and honest. Two, if we answer a question open and honestly, we a rat, we a snitch. You want to see people go to jail. And it's black people that run with that shit all day. Now, he should have gotten asked, what did you hear? What was the streets telling you? You got to ask him that. Did you ever hear that this person, but would you, this what you got to ask them. And then you see, when I interview people, I don't allow them to squirm out of the corner. I don't allow them to elude my questions. No, you got to answer my fucking question. What do you know? What have you heard? Have the police talked to you? Have the police given you any leads? Have they told you anything? Because Afeni deceased. Tupac deceased. Mutulu deceased. So the only survivors of Tupac is Mo Preem, which is his stepbrother, and his sister. So it's almost like his shit could go unsolved. There'll never be justice for him, and that's just it. So do you want justice or do you want a rep? That's what a lot of people have to come to grips with. Do you want justice or do you want a rep? So, again, I told you a long time ago, when does a fish get caught? Soon as he opens his mouth. And I feel like in this situation, man, Keefe D could have rolled off into the sunset. But, it's something about these cameras. It's something about money. It's something about opportunity that people think that they can achieve that makes them run their mouth and do things that they know they have no business doing. I've been in this culture for a very long time, and it's just certain shit that I just won't do because it's not me. Like, no dollar amount can make me do that because that's not me, right? You can't dangle money in my face and say, would you do this for money? Because if you do that for money, what won't you do? You have to set boundaries and standards for yourself. And I'm seeing people sit before everybody daily and day in and day out, and it's all a money grab. And then now they're playing off the audience because unfortunately the audience sometimes like low-hanging fruit, so they're paid for that shit. And you look at somebody, they relatable, but how are they relatable to you when it relates to the trauma of you? You don't want to be related to the elevated point of you or where you want to get or where you strive to get. You like the traumatized version of you. You like the trauma. You like people who remind you of your trauma, remind you of your fears, remind you of your problems. That's what you like. So when I see people do shit, I'll be like, wow, it's really a fucking market but for fuck shit. And it ain't even them no more, it's us. So I think, real talk, I think Keefe D could be capping, man. I think he could be capping. I think this is Cap going wrong. And he's just making up stories because he thought he had a situation where he couldn't be charged. He wasn't going to be charged. And then making up these stories in these situations, he said too much. And now the public is saying, hold on. If he admitted to this, that, and the third, why isn't he being charged? Because I can't say, yo, yeah, this person killed this person, I gave him the gun. That's accessory to murder. So I think that's what was going on. I think just him talking too much, because you can't say, oh, I was lying. But now the issue is, what evidence and proof do they have? So obviously they have some type of evidence and proof opposed to his word. Because I wouldn't believe, listen, I could look out the window and see rain. And Keefe D could be like, yo, it's raining outside. I wouldn't believe a word Keefe D said. He just don't look believable. I wouldn't believe it. It's raining? Nah, that ain't rain. God is crying. I would do any. I'm not believing no Keefe D. Like, it's just some people. I just don't believe nothing they say. Like, I don't believe nothing you like. You? Nah. I was jacking it too. You said it. Now that you said something, nah. But let's see who he named. Let's see who he named. Let's see who he named. You wrong. Keefe D had immunity from Cali, not Vegas. You don't think I knew that? Why do y'all always want to say you wrong, or y'all always? That's one thing about black people. They gotta get you told. Yeah, I told him. I'ma tell him about himself. I told you. You don't think I know that? I read that he had he took a proffer agreement. I read that already. You could, no matter what you say or do, you could post that you're eating a butter roll. This is your breakfast, it's late, you don't have time to cook, you just got you a butter roll from the corner store and went to work. It'll be somebody under your post to say, don't eat that butter, it clogs your arteries. You don't think they know that? All the while, the person telling you that be like 500 pounds. That's why sometimes I just zone out. I be like, I ain't got no time to just deal with these motherfuckers, because somebody always gonna say something. That's just what they do. Niggas got a mouth, so they gonna talk. But now, hold on. Now, I'm wondering the GOV's involvement in all this too, because we can't leave them out. See, one thing that we gotta know, is that these dudes, the big boys, that sit around and watch all of this take place, and this shit it's gonna get deep, because now we want to know, what does Keefe D, what didn't he say? Because he implicated Diddy before. He said Diddy's responsible for taking out his empire and Suge empire. And I'm like, how? How? What do he know? It's going to get interesting. It's going to get interesting. Oh, and about Diddy giving his publishing back, I'm gonna have to do a whole story on that and break that down. That shit get deep too. Ooh, it get deep, but it's only information that some of us got. We not just sitting here trying to tell you stuff and trying to act like we know about it. No, it get deep. I got, anything that I say or talk about, I'm always going to show sources or where it come from. I'm never going to just talk about how I feel or emotional and try to talk with conviction. That's one thing people be doing too, trying to talk with conviction and make their faces and all that. And y'all be swearing they be knowing what they talk about. Like, he got deep, he went in. Man, you could be loud and boisterous and all that and not know what the fuck you talking about. Like a lot of these dudes. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. I know what I'm talking about. 100% on everything. I will never talk if I don't know what I'm talking about. Straight like that. And yeah, it's going. Why he gave that publishing back is very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Why he gave that publishing back is very, very interesting. So again, yeah, it's just it's gonna go and get crazy. Lounging Low in the building. What's good? You know what I'm saying? Lounging Low in the building. So that's it, man. I'm going to sign out for now. I got some work to do. About to go hit this gym, go body this workout, come back. I just bought a new TV, so I gotta hook that up, and that's it. So yeah, let me get some receipts. Oh man, yo. I'm going to tell y'all something else, man. DMX contracts. You ain't never seen no shit like this ever. DMX contracts? Yo, this shit crazy. This music industry shit is crazy. But I'm looking to get some stuff on that and break that down for y'all too. So yeah, I'll holler at y'all later on, man. Until next time. Remember, man, if you need any help with your brand, you need any help with building your YouTube, you want to learn how to use any of these programs that I use, or how to, put your shit together, man, hit me up on Instagram. Let's work it out. Book your consultation fee. I'm about to say consult fee, your consultation fee. Until next time, I'm out. See y'all later. Peace. Signal.